everyone, this is Miss Elizabeth at the Giles County Public Library, and welcome again to my Storytime Corner. As you guys can probably tell, the winter is coming in. It's starting to get cold. The wind is starting to blow, but it also means that we're going to be getting a visit soon from one of our favorite parts of winter. We're going to be seeing Santa all over the place pretty soon, but I bet you guys did not know that Santa is just like you and me. Santa just didn't get his job right off the bat. He had to work hard and get his job. And this book is a little bit about all the things that he did before he found out what he really wanted to do. This book is called How Santa Got His Job. And we can see him on the front there looking through the Help Wanted ad. So he's really thinking about what he might want to do. When Santa Claus was a young man, he went out looking for a job. He wanted no part of desks or offices. He liked to stay on the move. There he is. He's a young guy there. He's got his hair and he doesn't have his beard or anything at all. His first job was cleaning chimneys. He was sure-footed on even the steepest roofs, and he loved twisting through tight spaces. But there was a problem. Santa was so neat that he never got covered in soot or made a mess in the fireplace. So nobody believed him when he said that he was done. "Where's the proof?" said some. "You're not even dirty," said others. And there was a lot of arguments. See, all the other chimney sweeps, they got really dirty with soot and ash all over them. But Santa, not even a speck of dust on him. His next job was the post office, where everyone could see that he was doing his job. His favorite part was bringing packages to the people all over town. Waiting in traffic was frustrating, though. "It's silly to waste all this time," he decided. To speed things up, he started making deliveries in the middle of the nights. But there was a problem. No one was glad to see him at that hour. The postmaster got so many complaining letters that Santa had to leave. So another job down, and he's just not quite making it, huh? But they say third time's a charm, so let's see what job he might get into now. He had discovered that he enjoyed staying up late, so Santa tried to cook at an all-night diner. It felt good to fill orders for customers. Sometimes Santa even surprised people with extra helpings. "Oh, I couldn't eat another bite," many of them insisted. Well, maybe just one bite. But there was a problem. Every night Santa tasted and sampled and tasted some more before he brought anything out of the kitchen. He ended up gaining a lot of weight. There we see Santa. He's starting to get a little bit of a mustache, and he's also starting to get a little bit of that jolly belly that everybody knows him for. So he's starting to kind of look like the Santa we all know. He did hope to get some exercise, so he found a spot at the zoo. He was very organized about all the animals. "I know when they're sleeping," said Santa, "and I know when they're awake." Over time, he also learned if they were behaving themselves or not. But there was a problem. Santa became close friends with the reindeer, and all of the other animals got jealous. Sadly, the zookeeper had to let him go. Let's see. He can go down chimneys. He can deliver presents at night. He loves sweets, and he's friends with reindeers. I think we're starting to see a job that might be good for this guy. By now, Santa was starting to get discouraged. He didn't even notice what the reindeer were doing behind him. They wanted to cheer him up. And together, they ran off to join the circus. Soon the reindeer were shooting Santa out of a cannon 3 times a night. Santa liked flying through the air and wearing his new costume. He was a big success. But there was a problem. The ringmaster wanted to build up the suspense. "You need to look frightened," he told Santa. "We want the crowd to worry about you." But Santa was having too much fun for that. "Ho, ho, ho!" he always cried as he flew through the air. So the crowd was never worried at all. Now he has on a red costume and he is flying through the air. The angry ringmaster soon fired Santa and the reindeer too. As they gathered their things, some elves came looking for autographs. When they heard the news, they invited Santa and the reindeer home for supper. The elves lived way out of town. They were toy makers, and their house was their workshop. Santa was amazed. "Children must love these toys," he said. But the elves looked embarrassed. They only made toys for their own pleasure. Selling them was too much trouble. "What if you give them away?" Santa asked. The elves hadn't thought of that. "I could even deliver them for you," Santa offered. There was enough toys for children all over the world. The elves smiled and hired him right on the spot. All right, everything is falling into place. Santa is getting his toys and he is going to come deliver everything. And as we all know, Santa is going to bring his sleigh driven by polar bears. Everybody knows that Santa's sleigh has polar bears. It doesn't have polar bears? Well, I must be mistaken. Or maybe we'll see why it doesn't have polar bears. The elves made Santa a special sack that was always big enough, no matter how many toys were put in it. And they built him a sleigh. And the polar bears, they did offer to pull it. And they were very strong and pulled Santa right across the snow. But there was a problem. It was the biggest problem yet. Everybody knows that polar bears can't fly. But reindeers can. To Santa's surprise, the problem could be solved when they practiced all together. They made a few mistakes at first, but soon they learned to work as a team. It was the darkest part of the winter, when people need their spirits lifted the most, so Santa got ready to go. As the elves said goodbye, they gave Santa an emergency kit. It had a compass, ski goggles, cough drops, and other things. Santa thanked them very much. All his jobs had taught him it was very good to be prepared. Then Santa and his reindeer took off. That first night was a little hard because Santa was still learning about the shortcuts and the high winds, but at last he got the hang of it. Ever since then, the elves have made toys all year round, and Santa has given them away in one night. He loves his job as much as ever, and he's gotten pretty good at it over the years. Still, he always keeps his emergency kit close by. Because no job is perfect. See, sometimes even Santa might have a off day. The end. I was so excited to get to share that book with you because we have so many cool Christmas books that are here at the library. A lot of them have our special Christmas sticker on them. And if you would like to come and pick out a book you can read to yourself or to your family and friends on Christmas or even the rest of the month, we've got all kinds of books that you might like to come and see. All right, come visit us sometimes, and until then, keep reading. Bye-bye.